While the crew battles kobolds deep beneath the fishery, they are notably without their friendly neighborhood ratman. This is the story of why. Welcome to Remy's Revolution. Last time on Remy's Little Revolution. It turns out that one of the local lumber companies, Chertel Timber, has been woefully mistreating their workers as of late. Remy, along with one of the company's former workers, an elf by the name of Dolmis, is doing his best to make some changes in that regard, as this seems to be the cause of price hikes for things such as rope. Currently, after a somewhat unsuccessful attempt to lie their way into Mr. Chertel's office, the two are currently attempting a much more stealthy approach in the tree cover right next to this pond. You look around, and you don't currently see any guards besides the two at the gate. The two at the gate are still just standing there doing their thing, but they don't seem to have noticed you. And you don't currently see the guard with the dog.
I already have a plan for how this I already have an idea of how this dialogue is gonna go when I encounter this dude.
Yeah.
I hope to God it happens because it's gonna be really funny if it does.
So, what are you gonna do here? Now that you and Dolmis are here, next to the pond, there's plenty of windows in this house. I will say, there's plenty of windows in this house.
Oh my God. Okay. So. Oh, Jesus Christ! I have no idea what the layout of this fucking house is. Okay. I suppose that we start kind of rushing over to. Probably not that main foyer, as we know there's a guard in there. Maybe this other sort of place.
Okay. Little side expansion of the house.
Yeah, the side expansion of the house.
Up here.
See, I can see the fucking dog and the guy through the windows, and I'm fucking mortified.
Yeah.
We just gotta get there before they do.
So
what, over here?
If you're going over there, then yeah, you can bring yourself over there. But as you do, I am going to say that yeah, you make your way on over.
So you didn't finish your thought there, and that spooks me.
I finished my thought. What do you mean? Dolmis follows.
Okay, so can we see if any of the windows are cracked or anything? I can see you fucking adjusting those too.
I'm not adjusting anything. I'm not adjusting anything. What do you mean? I would never adjust anything ever.
What are you doing?
I would never adjust anything ever. What do you mean? So.
Okay. We attempt to break into the window.
Right,
Or not break into the window.
You look through the window, and it appears that you are currently looking into the laboratory.
Okay, great. So are any of the windows open?
Currently, the windows are not open.
Are they locked?
They do not appear locked.
Okay, I open a window, climb on through, stealthily.
Okay.
What the fuck is that? What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm not doing anything. What do you mean?
You're doing something. You're doing
I've
something.
never done anything ever in my entire life. So
your entire life has been just like vibing.
Yeah, exactly.
You've just been vibing in a chair for your entire life. Okay, cool.
Go ahead and,
I know that you're fucking doing something. Jesus Christ.
I'm not doing anything.
I'm entering the laboratory.
You enter the laboratory.
Laboratory.
The bathroom. The shit room, if you will.
Oh, cool. So it's just a
through the window.
fuck-off massive shit room.
Yeah. You climb through the window.
Cool.
Dolmis climbs in behind you.
What the hell just happened?
Do you leave the window open, or
Shit.
do you shut it behind you?
Shut up behind me.
So, yes, you are currently in the large laboratory.
Fuck off massive laboratory.
This absolutely fuck off massive laboratory. And you said you shut the window behind you.
Yes, shut the window behind me.
Window is shut behind
There's
you.
no... Why is the dog now inside?
Don't worry, he's just
Horrified
clipping
me.
through the wall.
Okay, cool. Don't like that. Anyways. Okay, so we come over to the front door. Or to the door in front of what appears to be the dining room.
Alright.
You can only assume.
You make your way over to the door. Do you just open it?
Oh no, we're making a statement here.
I'm just asking, man.
I turn no. So I turn over to fucking I know his name, Dolmis.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to check the notes for that one. Look over to Dolmis and I go, "You ready, boy?" With like the most like menacing smile on my face.
What does that mean?
It means hold on to your hats. Here we go.
No.
Kick the door open.
Oh, you kick the door? You kick the door open?
I kick the door open. Well, he's there, isn't he?
You kick the door open, and looking into this massive dining room, you see one guard over here who just whips around to look at you. You see one of the three massive tables is set. Other than that, the room is empty. There is nobody else in here. So you just, boom, kick the door open, and there's just a guard staring at you. Who is currently 115 feet away from you in this, just to get perspective here, in this 115-foot long room. A 115-foot long dining room.
This is a fuck-off massive house, what the hell?
I'm going to very simply say...
I'm fucking crying!
The magic words that everyone knows and loves. It's time to roll initiative.
Wait, I wanted to fucking try to talk my way out of it!
You can try to talk your way out of it. You can still try that in initiative. However,
this
is a hostile scenario.
I had a plan. I was gonna kick the door open, and Remy was gonna point at the guy and go, "Mr. Chertel, we need to talk." Oh my god!
Roll
Oh my
initiative,
god!
Jacob. Roll initiative.
I had this huge plan. I was gonna kick the door open. I was gonna point at him. I was gonna yell, "Mr. Chertel!" And then when he called the guards to take me away, I was gonna scream, "In a minute!"
So, Jacob, roll initiative for Remy, please.
Okay, rolling initiative. Okay. Oh shit, I did it on the app, so you can see what I got.
Good, yes,
16.
thank you. 16. Alright, so we're gonna start combat here. Excuse me, start the encounter
me.
here. And first and foremost, Dolmis is going to hold his turn. So that means it's your turn now. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna walk over here. Or no, I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna turn this into a thing. I freeze, as though I've made a terrible mistake, and I just stare at this guy, and I'm just like, "Hi." I think I walked into the wrong room. Could you tell me where Mr. Chertel is?
He's just staring at you dumbfounded. And he's gonna use his reaction to just say, I don't think you're supposed to be in here.
You don't know that!
So that's all you can say without spending any actions.
You don't know that!
So, what's your next step? You have 3 actions remaining.
Oh my god. You don't know that. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So I walk over here, very begrudgingly, and I'm like, look, dude, you seem pretty cool. I don't wanna do anything here. I just wanna know where the guy is. I just gotta talk to him. I have a dinner appointment here.
It was 1 action to move, 1 action to say all those things.
I mean, I wasn't gonna reach him in this turn anyways. It doesn't friggin' matter to me.
Oh, you never know.
3. What's 3 times 25, Cameron? 75. He's 115 feet away. I can't reach him from here.
You never know what he could be doing. So, you have
What?
1 action remaining.
Shit. Can I try to get out of this?
What do you mean, get out of this?
I'm trying to get out of this. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Well, you can attempt to deceive him. You can lie. Would you like to lie?
I have an intimidation score of +5. I feel like if I just scare the shit out of him, I can maybe get him to stand down.
I will say lying as an action takes a full round. So you will need to spend 3 actions to lie properly.
Can I try to intimidate him?
Sure. How would you like to try to intimidate him?
Oh shit, I don't know how to intimidate him. I just want to get out of this. Diplomacy, no. I so badly want to just do a stealth check and then just run out of the room.
What would you like to try to do, Jacob?
What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't want to fight this guy. He's
What would you like to do?
This is totally getting turned into a clip. Shit. I don't know. You know what I'm gonna try to do?
I don't know what you're gonna try to do. That's why I keep asking.
I look to him, and I try to decide what to do. Fuck.
You have one action remaining. You gotta use it.
Okay. I intimidate. So I'm gonna look him dead in the eyes from across this room, with the eyes that could melt a planet. Because I couldn't think of a better analogy fast enough. From 90 feet away.
Uh-huh.
And I look at him and I go, dude, believe me, whatever happens next is not going to be worth it.
Okay, roll an intimidation check.
19 plus 5. That's a 24, Cameron. Holy shit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. In response to this, you watch as he pulls a sap from his belt and shouts over his shoulder, hey, Timothy, we've got an intruder.
Fuck me!
So, I'm gonna add Timothy here. To the
Fuck is
initiative order.
Timothy? Fuck
That
off,
is the end of
Timothy!
your turn.
God damn it!
Dolmis is now going to take his turn, and is going to go ahead and, let's see.
To 24, what the fuck? What did I need to pass that? Holy shit. A 30?
The demoralize action only works within 30 feet.
Are you shitting me?
Nope.
Why wouldn't you tell me that earlier?
Because. Why would I?
Because you're supposed to!
No.
Yes!
You're allowed to learn your own actions. Dolmis fires his longbow at the guard and attempts to make a non-lethal strike with that. So that is only a 19 to hit, which does hit the guard. So the guard is going to take a nice hefty chunk of damage as the arrow thunks into his side. Oh! And Dolmis is then going to take a step and take cover. That is the end of Dolmis' turn. That brings us to this bodyguard, who is going to, first and foremost, move 25 feet towards you, and then move another 25 feet towards you, and then move another 25 feet towards you, and that is his turn. That brings us around to that bodyguard. You hear shouting from the foyer. It sounds as though there's a couple more voices on their way towards you. So this one is going to there. Move there. And that brings us around to Remy. You're up. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna do another intimidation roll. I look this man. How far away is I?
15 feet.
Good. I look him dead in the eyes, and I just go, dude, trust me on this.
All right, go ahead and roll intimidation.
Rolling for intimidation. 16 plus 5. That's a 21.
16 plus 5. He looks at you, looks down at the arrow in his side, and you can definitely see that he's a little frightened by this whole scenario right now. Sorry, what did you say your roll was again?
It was a 21 total.
21? Okay, yeah. So yeah, he's certainly a little frightened by this. It seems as though you have successfully demoralized him. And you can see him sort of slowing down. He's not quite sprinting at you with as much vigor. So you have 2 actions remaining.
Fuck, I really I feel like I can end this now if I get a good roll. If I can somehow get him like demoralized enough, like where I can get him to call.
I will
off his
say,
buddies.
okay, here is something I will say. Once you demoralize, I'm pretty much saying that the first one didn't count as demoralized because you weren't within 30 feet.
Fair.
When you attempt to demoralize, regardless of your result, the target is temporarily immune to your attempts to demoralize it for 10 minutes.
Oh, so I can't like end this with that. Okay.
You can use that basically as a stepping stone, as a springboard, if you will, to do other things. Because right now he's frightened 1, which means that a bunch of his numbers has gone down. For example, his will DC has gone down.
His will DC? What the fuck is a will DC?
His willpower DC. You also have one. It's next to your fortitude DC and your reflex DC, or your reflex save.
I have fortitude. Oh, I do have a will DC.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. Or well,
Okay.
that's your will modifier, but your DC is your modifier plus 10. So, yeah. He's currently frightened. You have 2 actions remaining. What would you like to do with them?
I step up to him, and I
All right.
deck him in the schnoz.
All right. Is this flurry of blows?
Sure, why not?
All right. Go ahead and roll 2 attacks then.
Fuck, I need to figure out. Okay, so it's a. I'm just gonna do it on here so that way you can like see what I fucking get, and also because I don't want to calculate this. Flurry of blows. That's fist 1. It's a 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the -4 next, right?
Yes, the second one is at -4.
Cool. Shit.
Oh, that is a natural 1 right there.
Fuck.
Are you keeping this, or would you like to use your hero point to re-roll it?
I'll use my hero point. Fuck it.
Okay, so go ahead and roll it again.
Okay.
Same at -4.
Right. Wish I get a nat 1 again. 17!
17! That is actually enough to hit. So the first attack, you swing, and the second attack, you manage to get it to connect. Go ahead and roll damage.
Roll damage. So 1d6 plus bludgeoning, right?
Yes, 1d6 plus 1 bludgeoning.
Cool. 7!
7 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh yeah, you just send one fist to his right side, and as he moves his head to get out of the way, you send your other fist, boom, straight into his jaw. This guard is currently bloodied. And that
Nice.
is all of your actions for the turn.
Is it? I thought I had one more.
Nope, you used
No, I
one
didn't.
action to demoralize,
Fuck.
one action to move, and one action to flurry of blows.
I was gonna try to tell him to call off his buddies. Fuck.
So that brings us around to Dolmis, who is going to take a step out of cover, and he's going to say, Remy, I don't really like this very much. And he's going to hunt prey on this guard as one action, and then as his final action, he's going to shoot at the guard non-lethally with his longbow.
Rare. In response to what he said, by the way, I turn back and I go, well, buddy, it's part of the gig. Trust me.
So that was a... That was a... 28 to hit the guard.
Holy
so that
fucking
crits
shit.
The guard. So that non-lethal attack is going to deal 16 points of piercing damage. And the guard is just... The arrow just bonk straight into his helmet. And, like, you can hear his skull crunch a little bit. But, like... Oh! He just sort of falls backwards on the ground. You can see he's still breathing, but he is very unconscious.
Shit. That's not good.
Oh gods! Oh gods! Oh gods! And that is the end of Dolmis' turn. That brings us around to...
I mean, it is good, but it's not good because I wanted him awake.
There's that one there, and then there's that, and let's see. Okay, Remy, you would hear footsteps coming from this hallway behind you, and in addition to that, another guard runs into the room, this time with a great club in her hands. She's going to take second action to...
Wait, where? I don't see them.
Right here.
Oh, shit. Cool.
And then third action to move over here. And that brings us to you again. What would you like to do, Remy?
Okay, move over here. Nope, that's 30 feet.
25 is your maximum full per stride.
Move over here.
All right.
I'm gonna look them, and then I'm gonna attempt to intimidate here.
All right. How do you attempt to demoralize?
I point to their friend, who is now lying on the ground with a fractured skull, at best. And I say, unless you want to end up like him, you are going to get out of here.
Go ahead
and you are going to tell your friend to leave as well.
Go ahead and roll intimidation.
Jesus Christ, please get a nat 20. 18 plus 5. That's a 23.
A 23. A 23 is a success. Unfortunately, not a critical success, but it is a success. Just shy of critical. But they are clearly frightened as they look at their friend on the ground and look back at you. Is he dead?
Well, he was...
You killed him?
No, he's not dead. He's just unconscious.
You've got one action remaining.
He's not dead. He's just unconscious. But I did tell him multiple times to stop. Is that an action or
You
does
know
not
what?
not
I'm
count as an
actually
action?
going to say make another intimidation check. This isn't a demoralize. This is different. This is you telling them to back off.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I've been trying to do this whole fucking
Right.
time. Dingus.
But now, because you've gotten the demoralize, that unlocks the ability to, like, you've shown some force, and now you're able to possibly have more of the ability to convince them to back off.
Right. Okay. Well, I got a 14 plus 5.
14
so that's
plus
a
5.
19.
A 19. All right. She stands and just sort of looks at you, and you can see her nervously shifting her grip on her weapon. She doesn't expressly seem to be backing down, but she doesn't seem to be charging at you anymore either.
Cool.
So that brings us to Dolmis, who's going to he's going to shout out, Remy, what are we doing?
I shout back. See now, I feel as though the best thing to do would have him not shoot at her, because I feel like if he shoots at her, that'll only strengthen her resolve, or it'll right now she seems like she's trying to make a decision, and I feel like if he shoots at her, she's gonna make a decision out of self-preservation, or what she may insinuate as self-preservation. So I'm gonna turn to him and I'm gonna yell, "Don't shoot at her.
Okay.
Don't want to hurt her or anyone else."
Okay. I'll hold fire for now.
Cool.
And he's going to run into the room, and then he's going to run over to the guard that is unconscious, and he's going to lean over the guard and he's gonna stand back up. Okay. And that is his turn.
Was he checking to see if the guard was still alive?
Perhaps.
Okay, cool.
Woo! So, I would actually say, well, no, never mind. So, bodyguards. This one just does his thing. And the one in front of you is going to she just sort of stands there. So
Cool.
What brings you here? Remy, is that what your name was?
Remy? No, I didn't say that my name was Remy.
No, the Dolmis did. Dolmis shouted your name at you.
Dolmis shouted that. Oh, I wanted to keep the persona going.
What brings you here, Remy?
Fuck, wait, I know exactly what we're doing here. I'm just trying to put it into words.
Okay.
I shout in a way where I can make sure that the guards can hear what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to try to talk Mr. Chertel into giving the people of this town a more livable wage and or price reductions so that they can afford more amenities to be able to survive. Remember?
go ahead.
Is that a diplomacy check? I feel like that's a diplomacy check.
And yeah, that's definitely a diplomacy check. Yeah.
Cool. For the love of God, please get a nat 20 on this, because that's a really good speech. And if that doesn't work, I don't know what the fuck will. Okay. So I got a 13 plus a 2, so that's a 15.
A 15.
On a, mind you, already very frightened and unconscious guard.
The guard is certainly very frightened. So, you come here and enact violence to do that?
Well, we tried to do the peaceful route, but let's just say that Mr. Chertel has a fun habit of putting obstacles in the way of progress.
It sounds very much like you're here to assassinate the man I'm hired to protect.
No, not at all assassinate. Simply talk to. I assure you, simply talk to.
Then what do you propose we do here?
What's that?
What do you propose we do here? You've got one of my friends over there?
Yes.
What do you propose we do?
What do you mean? What are you talking about, Cameron? Do you want me to tell him to come along with us?
No, I'm saying she's asking what you want to do. You have a hostage. She wants to know what you want her to do.
We just want you to stand down, and I assure you that no harm will come to the man who you have been paid to protect.
I do not know how much
yourselves.
I believe you. I do not know how much I believe you.
See, I really want to say this is a diplomacy check, but I'm walking into this knowing full well that this man is probably gonna get his shit pushed in because he's gonna be a little bitch.
Oh no, you've already said enough that you've used all the remainder of your actions with your words. But I would say you sort of watch as she doesn't lower her weapon, but she certainly is not advancing on you.
Cool.
And you see the fear seems to leave her eyes. Like, it's not quite fear, it's more wariness at this point. So, what would you like to do?
I guess I look to the guard and I go, look, ma'am, I'm sure he's paying you a lot to protect him, but I know full well that it's not enough. It's not enough to risk your life over, and it's certainly not enough to risk the lives of your friends over. Now, your friend over there, I tried to tell him multiple times to stand down, because we don't want to hurt anybody, do we, Dolmis?
No, correct.
Exactly. Look at how shaken he is. He just shot 2 arrows into a guy and he's traumatized over it. He's standing over your buddy, making sure that he's alright. Intruders who have malicious intent do not do such things. I can tell you that from experience.
Okay.
If we were here to hurt people, we would have broken through the front gate, hurt your 2 allies in the front, and I assure you that we would not be fighting in the dining room right now. We'd be fighting in the courtyard. We have no intention of hurting anybody in this house. And I know for a fact that you and your other guards and basically everybody in this town is unable to afford their basic necessities because of the man you are paid to protect. What kind of irony is that?
Make a diplomacy check.
It's a good ass speech. It's a
It
17 plus
17
a 2. Plus 2,
plus
so
a 2.
19.
19. Okay. You've got my attention. I cannot simply let you walk upstairs unattended. But I will say...
Then walk with me as champions for democracy. I don't know.
I don't know about that part, but I'd be willing to restrain you and bring you before my employer rather than outright arresting you and sending you to the guards out front.
Bet.
So is that a confirmation of yes, you'll allow me to restrain you?
Yee, says the me.
And your friend?
Yee, says the he.
I need you to make one more final diplomacy check to see if you can convince Dolmis to do this.
Oh god, why do I have to convince Dolmis?
Because he
Look at
doesn't
the
want to
man,
get
he's
captured.
terrified right now. He doesn't want to be here. He'll go along with whatever I say. As long as it gets him out of this. Holy shit. Nat 20! Let's go!
Okay.
Why did I have to get it? Why did I have to get it on something as so insignificant as convincing Dolmis to surrender and not, getting the guards to stand down after almost killing one of them, or before almost killing one of them?
Great question.
What the fuck?
Combat is now ended. The guard is
Fantastic.
approaching, and she whistles, and another guard comes in from the other hallway and goes over to Dolmis, and they go to grab your weapons. Or in
What
this
weapon?
case,
I have a stick.
yeah, you have a staff. She
I
goes
have a
to
staff. It's a glorified stick.
She goes to take your staff. Do you let her take your staff?
Just let her take my staff. Be careful.
Alright.
This is a family heirloom. I say. I don't know. I don't know why I would say that. I don't even think that's true.
She looks at the staff. Right. And the other guard is taking Dolmis's weapons at this point. Alright, so we'll take you up to the boss and see what he has to say. So, you are led through the manor.
Did they just leave the guy there?
As they bring you up the set of stairs in the foyer, you see a few more guards running towards the stairs, and one of them asks, "What happened?" And the other one's like, "You've got to go. Gavin's been knocked down. It seems to be alive. We're bringing these ones to speak to Chertel." And the other guards are like, "Okay," and they run on downstairs to where you were before. I will also say, as you walk through the hallway towards the foyer in the first place, you walk past a room which appears to have, it appears to be a bit of a child's playroom. But there's a distinct smell of electricity in the air around it, and as you look in, you actually see a child inside the room. It looks like tinkering away with gears and springs and bits and bobs. But you are brought upstairs to the 3rd floor of Chertel Manor. You're brought up to the 2nd floor, which is basically just a long hallway with a bunch of bedrooms on either side, with a spiral staircase in the center, which you're brought up and up and up to the 3rd floor. And upon reaching the 3rd floor landing, you find yourself in the presence of 3 more guards sitting around a table playing cards, who look at you and the other guards and are just like, What's going on here? The guards with you explain, and the ones who are playing cards are just like, I don't think Mr. Chertel's gonna go for that particularly. We'd best all go in together. So, you are now led into this room with 5 guards behind you and Dolmis. At your backs, in the center of this office space, which I will now show you directly, as I'm moving the guards around. You find yourself in this
Oh my
massive
god, look
office.
at this wrinkly Mr. Burns fucking bitch.
Find yourself in this massive office. One of the guards steps out in front of you, as the man at the desk in the center just looks up, absolute fury in his eyes. What is this intrusion that I see before me?
What the fuck? I was not prepared for that voice at all. I had water in my mouth, you asshole.
What are these people doing here in my office? What are you doing here in my office?
Oh my god, why does he sound like a homosexual Alabaman?
What a statement.
That is so true, though. Do I not get XP, by the way, for that encounter?
Don't worry, I'll get to it.
Okay.
The guard says, well, Mr. Chertel, these fellows have some, they have an appointment, they say. They'd like to discuss some matters with you. I have no... Are you that one who was trying to get in here earlier, saying you had an appointment?
I did, though.
You had no such appointment with me. What do you want? Who are you? What are you doing in my house?
What the fuck? How do I answer these questions, Cameron? Which one do I answer first? He gave me too many questions. This is why I can't be an activist. Like the first sign of resistance, I just completely crack. Oh my god, fuck me. Holy shit. Okay, bonjour, sir.
What does that even mean?
It means what's crack-a-lackin'.
What kind of peasant speak is this?
Do we die? This is some kind of peasant joke I'm too rich to understand. It's literally what you just said. Oh my god. Okay, listen, buddy. Just let me finish my sentence, okay? Who am I? I am your worst nightmare. I'm kidding. Um, I am Remy Rattington, and I have come to this town on a mission. But unfortunately, things have led me astray on that mission when I noticed the price of rope.
You're one of Ren's little rats, aren't you?
Who? Oh yeah, Ren's. I mean, well, you see, sir, that statement would be derogatory if I was not already a rat. So I'll let that one slide. But listen, the point is that I've talked to quite a few townsfolk in this area, and I've worked with a few of them too. And if there's one thing that I've noticed, it's that Cameron, give me a fantasy sounding brand that's like similar to like Gucci. Vornigans, how about that?
Perfect, Vornigans, excellent.
But if there's one thing that I've noticed, sir, you pay people with tree nuts and then give them and then charge them Vornigan level prices for basic necessities. So, me being me, I just couldn't seem to let that slide, and I just kind of wanted to speak to you about that because, let me see if I can use the least inflammatory speak that I can possibly conjure up for this. That's some bullshit.
I'm sorry. So you're here. You've trespassed on my property in order to complain about the price of rope. Am I correct here?
Not just the price of rope. That is what that is what has inspired my investigations, but it's not just the price of rope now, is it? No. See, I come to understand that you are in possession of a logging camp which you charge your own employees for rent and as well for food, as well as not paying them jack squat, essentially locking them in a constant debt towards you and consequentially your family. See, this is what intellectuals such as myself refer to as Jesus Christ, why am I forgetting the word? Refer to as infringement of basic rights. That's the word I was looking for. So, you see, sir, I'm not just here to complain about the price of rope. I'm here to complain about the fact that you treat your own citizens like Jesus Christ, I'm not quick enough to make impromptu speeches.
Does Remy say that?
No. You know what? Yes, I'm not quick enough to make impromptu speeches. My age is getting to me, okay? But the point is that you treat your own citizens like your own little personal gold mines while you sit and leisure at will in your own home, living off of their suffering. And frankly, I can't seem to I can't seem to just turn my head away from that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean.
Please make a diplomacy check.
Make a diplomacy check? What the fuck? Am I about to change his mind right here and now? Dude, if I get a nat 20 on this, dude is just gonna be like, well, I guess you're right, sir.
I have
Dude is
seen the
gonna
error of my ways.
Dude is gonna see the error of his ways. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay. A 9 plus a 2, so 11, which is about as well as I would expect this
Oh,
to
that's
act.
not good.
That's about like to be perfectly honest, I would expect a worse result from trying to convince a rich person to stop being so rich.
He looks you up and down. He pushes out his chair, stands up behind his desk, slowly walks his way over to you. Are you trying to tell me how to run my business?
No,
Are
sir.
you trying to tell me that I ain't treating my employees well? You.
Are you trying to
He
tell
turns
me
to
that
the-
you
he-
are?
He turns to the guard next to him. How much do I pay you? Guard thinks for a second. You give me 6 gold pieces a week. See? That's pretty fine wage, ain't it? You saw it is? Looks back at you. See? Satisfied employee.
Satisfied employee. Well, I'd hope you'd be paying that much to people who you are paying to protect you. I mean, after all, how do you win a mercenary's loyalty? I assure you of this. It's not by paying them tree nuts. Say, Dolmis, when you were working at the logging camp, how much were you paid?
6 silver a week?
6 silver a week. Now that doesn't seem like a very high wage. Unsatisfied employee, I say. Unsatisfied!
How long ago were you working for me, Dolmis? Dolmis thinks for a moment. I last went to one of your camps 4 months ago. See? 4 months ago. How do you know wage hasn't changed since then?
Are you implying to me that you, in the span of 4 months, somehow, some way, saw the error of your ways and decided to take a hit on your profit and benevolently, oh so benevolently, give your workers a wage not just higher than 6 silver, because it's blatantly obvious that 6 silver is no wage to live off of, but you somehow managed to do all the things that I have said that you have done in such a way in which you decided to pay all of your employees 6 gold a week as you pay your security guards. Am I correct in that assumption?
I never said I pay them that much.
So then
What
how
I
much
did say is that wages have certainly changed since Dolmis was in my employ.
And how much have they changed too?
That is of no consequence to this conversation.
Oh, I believe it is, as it is direct consequences of this conversation, as it is the exact reason we are having it. Now, how much do you pay your logging employees, sir? And on top of that, I don't want to just know how much you pay them. I want to know how much you charge them for rent. I want to know how much you charge them for food. And I want to know exactly how much it costs for their basic necessities to be met.
I need you to make a diplomacy check for me.
Oh my god, fuck you in these diplomacy checks. Okay, I made an 18 plus a 2. That's a 20, Cameron. It's a 20.
As Rab stands back up, because he was sort of bending over to be at your eye level, He stands back.
Bending over.
You're 3 feet tall. He's like
I know.
He's like 5'7".
Oh wow, yeah. So this dude was like on his knees, like he was talking to a toddler.
Yes. He stands upright. Like I said, it's of no consequence. Take these fools away. Have them arrested. But before he can turn and go back to his desk, the guard looks at him. Well, actually, sir, I wouldn't mind knowing how much your loggers are getting paid, considering my salary comes from their work. Wouldn't mind exactly knowing where my money is coming from. And the other guards all start nodding in unison.
Ayy.
Rab looks at them all.
Mutiny!
I'll raise your weekly salary to 8 gold. None of the guards say anything.
Ooh. Holy shit. Do I have a fucking Wagner group over here? Go on, sir. Answer the question.
Rab grinds his teeth. Loggers are paid a total of 8 silver pieces per month.
Holy gosh golly! I'm not saying that in game. I'm saying that meta. Holy shit. Motherfucker pays them. Hold on. So wait, let me see something. Okay. So what's his name? Dolmis got 6 silver a week, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's 6 times 4 is 24. That's 24 silver a month.
Uh-huh.
He made 3 times more than the current loggers are making right now. That's for both my comprehension of the situation as well as the viewer's comprehension of the situation.
Yep.
Dolmis 4 months ago made 3 times more money in a month than the current employees are making. That's fucked. Fucked, I say. Holy shit. So Remy like grabs his knees and like wheezes towards the ground in like amazement and dumbfoundedness, and he like screams aloud, 8 silver a week? You're telling me that you had the audacity to lower the salaries of your workers who were already going into debt in order to work for you. On top of that, you divided that payment by 3. Your workers now make 3 times less than Dolmis here, who barely got out of the logging camps alive. You have the audacity, sir. Boo! Boo, I say!
The guards are all just sort of standing around in silence. Rab just sort of looks at them, looks at you, looks back at the guards. Well, you're gonna get them out of here now, right? The guards look at each other.
Before they answer, I turn by and I say, yes, guards, will you take me out of here? And stand idly by as the man that you work for continues to line your pockets while the rest of your kin just outside of these walls are being paid tree nuts and being paid less than tree nuts. They're being paid in pebbles. They're being paid in pebbles, people.
Well, if you really think about it, all silver is technically a pebble.
Oh my
What is the
god.
definition of a
I don't
pebble?
want Karen,
And
don't play the semantics with me!
at this point, the guards begin to walk out of the room.
No!
Wait, where are you going? And the guards at this point are all just leaving. They're leaving you. And
I'm taking this as a
Dolmis
green
with
light to do
Rab.
whatever the fuck I want.
And Rab, this old man, is just freaking out a little bit as the door closes behind the last guard.
Okay, now we're doing intimidation here. I look at Rab and I go, now here's what's going to happen. You are going to give your workers a living wage, and on top of that, you are going to de-restrict imports as to lower the prices of their basic necessities.
I will do no such thing.
If you do not do this, there will be consequences.
Consequences? What consequences can you levy against me?
No, consequences that are unspeakable as they are unimaginable to the current self. However, they will happen. They will come to fruition, sir.
That sounds
I basically
like a
said
cop-out.
I basically just said I don't know what's gonna happen, but something's gonna happen.
That sounds like a cop-out, Mr. Raddington.
Are you willing to take that bet?
What bet even is it?
Come on, at least let me roll intimidation first. Jesus.
Oh, don't worry.
What bet is it? The fucking bet on your life. What the fuck are you talking about? Get a guillotine.
Do you say that out loud?
No. I'll say that out loud. That's not a good bet. And I go, sir, I do need to remind you really quickly that you are not under any protection right now. Your guards have left. Your security is no more. You are but a man sitting on a mound of gold, and that is all that you are.
Now you can make an intimidation check.
Yes. Oh, I want to throw in another line. And that gold means nothing if there's no one there to protect it or willing to take it. That's a better line. 15 plus 5. That's a full 20.
20. All right. Rab looks at you. And at this point, you can properly see the fear in his eyes as everything sets in all at once. What would you have me do?
As I said before, raise the wages of your workers to a living wage, and on top of that, you are to de-restrict imports, as it will lower the price of necessities and of other miscellaneous products. And on top of that, you are to ensure that the workers in your camps are paid enough to not be in effective indentured servitude, in effective serfdom to you and your family no longer shall it be.
He slowly turns around, walks back to his desk, sits down in his chair, puts his head in his hands. I can't do any of that. Gods know I've tried.
off! No, you haven't!
You don't know. He looks back up at you. You don't know what kind of shit I'm in. You don't know where all that money goes to. All the money that should be going to the workers. Hells, my father's rolling in his grave at how I've had to manage this company. My workers are in debt because I am in debt, and the people I'm in debt to. They won't give me any more time.
Who are you talking about?
The Inaras.
The who?
The Inaras of Absalom. Make a society check.
Okay, I got a 16 plus 1. That's a 17.
Okay.
I'm getting
So-
really good rolls. What the fuck, man? I need to get a bad roll. Give me a nat 1. Actually, no, it's not true. I got a nat 1 earlier.
You
but
got
I
yeah, you did.
zero
You
rolled
re-rolled
it.
So, Inara is a name that you certainly know. Not just because you recognize it as a minor noble family in the region, but also because that's Jason's family name.
Oh! Oh! Oh my god, I'm gonna beat the shit out of Jason!
You would know that the Inaras are involved in the import-export business. But you don't know much else about them. You don't know why they'd be collecting debts from Chertel, a lumber tycoon.
Tell me what business you have with the what their names are?
Inara?
Nara? Okay, I'm writing that down. How is it that you get into this sort of debt?
Well, when your trusted employees turn out to not quite be as trusted as you thought they were, it tends to fall on the head of the employer.
I don't know what that means, Cameron. What is he talking about?
When one of your trusted employees isn't as trusted as you thought they were, that can come
Trustworthy?
back. When one of your most trusted employees is not as trustworthy as you thought they were, that comes back on the employer.
Okay, so somebody betrayed him. Who was it that who was it that did you dirty, as the kids say?
One of my transport captains.
One of your transport captains.
He let something onto his ship that he shouldn't have.
I see. And you bore the
got
brunt
it.
of the punishment.
Yeah, well, so did my captain. But there's only so much you can punish one man.
Shh. I'm trying to think of what to do next here then. Fuck. Um, very well then. Provided we help you, um, provided we assist in the expungement of your debts, will the terms that I made be met?
You think I like paying my workers complete dirt?
You'd be shocked how many wealthy men do.
Fair. It's workers that built this family up. And if you can somehow eliminate an infinite debt from me, then I can eliminate an infinite debt from someone else.
I am glad that we could come to an arrangement. I should throw in a union demand, man. Jesus. Okay, well, whatever. I'm sure the union part is implied. If it's not, then I'll make it later. Um, so then I ask, can you tell me where I can find some of these Inara? Actually, wait, no, I can just ask that to Jason.
To who?
What's his name?
Who? There's one of them here?
Whether or not it's one of the members of the family who is in what's the word that I can use here? Involved. That's the word I'm looking for. Whether or not it's one of the workers who is or one of the members of the family who is involved in the affairs that you have mentioned, I am unsure. But it is a member of the family nonetheless, I suspect.
Well, if you know where one of them is, then that's more detailed than I have myself. All I know is they're based out of Absalom.
Out of Absalom. Very well then. I will see what I can do to help, and I will update you as I do.
Don't bother. With my luck, they probably already know that this has happened.
Is the conversation still going, or like, do I?
You can
leave?
end
What
it
do
if
I
you
do?
want to.
Okay.
That's up to you.
Okay. Very well then. I bid you good luck in your endeavors, as long as they benefit those who work for you. Adieu.
All right. I will, for the sake of simplicity, just bring you back to the landing page.
Cool.
So.
Oh my god.
So. You exit the office, close the door behind you. None of the guards are there. And as you walk out of the house, the city guards are still at the front gate. And while they look very bewildered that you're there, you also see that the bodyguards seem to be here with the city guards. And one of the bodyguards opens the gate for you and lets you out. So,
Thank you, folks.
you have been sent out into the night air. What's next? For Remy. It's proper night now.
It's proper night now? Damn, I guess I gotta find Jason to find out what the fuck is up, dude.
You don't know where Jason is.
How do I find out where Jason is? Was any of his family here? Fuck, man. This is hard.
So, let me put it this way. There is still an entire night plus a few hours of time that we need to account for.
Jesus.
It's up to you what happens with that time. But yeah, it is currently nighttime. Like, the town is packed in. It's probably like 7 or 8 o'clock. What would you say Remy would do at this point? Because for all you know, Jason is dead in that dungeon.
I have a plan.
Yeah.
A lure, if you will.
A lure.
If we were to wait for one of the caravans of supplies and then seize those supplies.
Caravans of what supplies?
The caravans of supplies that work for the Inara family.
So, you'd basically have to go through every shipment that comes into Otari, which is a port town.
Well, there is a man who has such records. Unfortunately, we did just leave his house. But what we can do, or what I believe we can do, is go to his house and basically rouse up a plan to seize the supplies from the Inari family, forcing them to interact directly with the town, and when that time comes, then we can strike upon the Inari tycoon. So then that would be a course of action to take.
Okay.
And it's the only one that I can see where it would quickly get them here.
Okay. I will again remind you, it is currently nighttime. So, as you're exiting the premises and sort of walking along the road away from Chertel's house, Dolmis turns to you. That honestly went somehow both better and worse than I expected it to.
Yeah, yeah, that was definitely an experience. Um, well, I'm not totally sure how to go from here. Not gonna lie. I'll tell you what, buddy. You've been just a trooper. You can go home if you want for
Uh,
the night, buddy.
are you sure? I'm not going to lie. I resonated with what you said.
Well, yeah, and I'm glad that you do, but we need people to be we need everybody to be well rested now, don't we?
Well, shouldn't you also be going to be well rested? What are you going to do? Are you going? Are you resting up yourself, or what's happening here?
Actually, I think I have a plan. I believe I have a plan.
Is it a secret plan, or is it one that I know, that I'm allowed to know?
Well, I'm sure you are allowed to know. But you see, the Inara, they don't live here, of course.
Right.
They wouldn't have a reason to pay much attention to a place like this other than to collect on their debts. So what happens if they don't collect on their debts? They have to come here themselves, of course.
I suppose so.
So if they come here themselves, would that not be the opportunity that we need to strike? Instead of coming to them, we can lure them right to us.
Is it necessarily a good idea to completely antagonize a noble family like that?
Buddy, what do you think is more of a risk? Antagonizing a family of, say, 10, 15 people, or antagonizing a village of 300?
You know, I see your point. Yes, I definitely see your point.
Right, so let's go back up to Buddy Boy up there and explain our plan to him, and he is going to be just the piece of this puzzle that we need to make this thing happen.
We're going back into Chertel Manor, even though we just left Chertel Manor.
Well, yes, but we left before I came up with the plan. But now we have a plan, and it's a good plan.
So
now we got to go back. Now we got to go back so we can tell him the plan, because it's a good plan. He needs to know the plan. The plan.
Dolmis blinks slowly. Alright, Remy. Okay, we can.
I walk away with a dazed, with like a euphoric look on my face and just like a biggest smile on my face, and I walk away like slowly, just like murmuring the plan. The
Remy is
plan.
actually an insane person.
Yes. It's no, like, this has been canon for a while. He's just
Oh
been an
my God.
insane person.
Oh my God.
The plan.
Okay, so you go back to Rab's house. You get let back in. Yeah, you get let back in because it seems the bodyguards have taken over for the city guards. You go back up to Rab's office, and you know, you notice as you walk in, he seems to have a few bruises that weren't there a few minutes ago when you saw him. And his desk seems to be broken in a few places.
Hey, buddy, what happened?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, it matters.
No, it doesn't.
Buddy.
They said they left my granddaughter alone, and that's all I care for. Why are you back?
Well, you see, buddy, I got a plan.
Already?
And it's a good plan.
And why am I being informed of your plan?
Because you are the one who's gonna lead it.
What?
Well, you see, buddy, I'm a busy guy. I got things to do, places to be, people to see, creatures to fight. I'm not gonna be here for I don't have the time to manage all this stuff. In fact, in the morning, I gotta go meet up with my party and go back to doing what I was doing before. when to do the thing that I came here to do. I just got to do it. Point is, point is, I don't have the time nor the resources, but you have both of those things, and you have the conviction and the will to accomplish it.
He stares at you blankly. Go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
Oh, fuck off. Okay, so that's a 16.
16.
Well, plus two.
Right, right. Of course.
18. Fuck.
He looks at you, just completely empty expression. What resources do you think I have? If you were to look in my
Trust.
treasury right now, it would be all but empty.
Trust. Your family name is exactly what we need. You see, I read up on your family while I was waiting earlier for things to happen, and what I came to understand was that your family had quite the good reputation among the people in this town not too long ago, in fact. And what I understand is that that trust did not go away for some malicious intent as I originally conceived, but it went away because you had no other choice. I understand this now, as does my good friend here, Dolmis. The people will understand. They can understand that you are not the blind, that you are not simply a man blinded by his prophets. No, but you are a man blinded, well, not blinded, I guess, but you are a man motivated by the protection of the village that he calls home. They will understand that. And that is why you have something more valuable than I could ever have. I am just a rat, a wandering rat, the headmaster of a school, just wandering around doing his rat things, coming up with, saying all the things that he says, being a genius all day, as one does. But you have a reputation. You have a legacy here. You have an honor to uphold here. I have none of those things. That is why it has to be you.
I think you overestimate how affectionate the people of this town think of my family.
Nonsense. Nonsense, I say. I don't know what else I can say here. I kind of said everything that I could possibly say. Jesus Christ.
You know, what's your plan? I can't say I'll be any good at executing it. My mind and my body are too old, even if my family name somehow isn't completely useless.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna tell you that I explained the plan to him in full detail because I do not want to go over the entire plan again.
Well, I already was on the verge of not being able to pay my debts anyways. But I've got no way to strike.
No way to strike, he says. No way to strike. Jesus Christ, I was gonna use historical examples, and I realized that we do not have the same history. Um, no way to strike, he says. No way to strike. Do the people of this town have no hammers, no rakes, no brooms?
I suppose they, at least a few of them, probably have those things.
Then we have all we need. We have all we need. We have the
Except their loyalty.
we have but that can okay, I was interrupted, but that can be earned. And on top of that, we can get the mayor on our side. If we get the mayor on our side, he will give us that will give us access to the police force of this town. And if the police force of this town are on our side, then there is nothing that can stop us, for they have more than just sticks and hammers. They have weapons, real weapons that they can distribute to the people, or at the very least distribute to themselves, and be an elite force in the struggle
You know what?
against against the Inara.
I do think going to the mayor might be good. He he owns one of the other logging companies. I, and I'll be honest, I've got no idea if he's been facing the same troubles as I have.
Then we shall speak to him
I
right away.
haven't spoken to Osif in ages. But I can certainly try to get him on my side.
Then we must hurry right away. Let's go.
Right
You want to speak?
now?
Yes. When else? No time like the present. Let's go. Skedaddle.
All
Oopsie
right.
daisy.
Okay. Uh, all right. Isn't it awful late for that?
Isn't it awful late for that? Okay, Grandpa, let's go.
All right. I would say he's convinced enough at this point. So,
isn't it a little late for that? Shut up. Do you want to hear? Do you want a cup of warm milk?
actually, yeah, that would be very pleasant.
Shut the fuck up. Let's go.
So, uh, you, along with Chertel, and would you have tried to bring any of the guards along with you?
Sure. Why not?
Roll a
What
quick
support is
diplomacy
needed?
check for me.
Don't wanna. 17 plus 2, so that's a 19. Oh my god.
All right. Yeah, I would say you convince 3 of the guards to come with you.
Cool.
So you, along with Rab Turtle and a few guards and Dolmis, you cross the entirety of Atari, and you go up the hill. Rab struggles; his old man bones are struggling to get all the way with all this walking, and you make your way over to Menhem's Manor, the home of the mayor, Osif Menhems. As you approach, there's quite a few city guards around who stop you. Oi, state your business. What are you doing here? In the middle of the night? Museum's closed.
I nudge I'm very tired at this point. I nudge Rab Turtle, and I go on. Now's your chance.
Well,
Oh, come on, stop mumbling.
all right.
Up straight, chin up.
I'm here to speak with the mayor on a matter of utmost urgency. I cannot divulge any more than that. And while I seem to have an entourage here, he looks back at you. I don't know if any of them will be coming inside with me or not. I might be thrown to the metaphorical wolves.
No, we're going into.
Oh, alright, they're going in too. And the guard turns, mutters to his friend. Friend goes inside, comes back out. The mayor will speak with you. The guards escort you through the courtyard, small courtyard, through the front door, where you are met by human man, who you should see a picture of now. Except he's not dressed like that. He's in a bathrobe.
He's in pajamas.
He's in his jammies. And he looks at you all. Reb Chertel, what brings you to my abode at this time of night?
This is the host of the Twilight Zone. What the fuck?
Well, Osif, my companions here have some things to speak with you about. And he turns to you, Remy.
Motherfucker. Mr. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Minhims. Osif Minhims.
Mr. Minhims?
Minhims.
Oh,
Menhemes.
Okay, I see what you're doing here. Menhemes.
MES. Menhims.
Okay, cool. The mayor. Mr. Menhems, I come to understand that you own a logging company, do you not?
I do. This is true.
And has that logging company come into hardships due to the bearing weight of the Inara family?
He looks at you, and you can see in his eyes that he's got a look of what is going on here, of a look of what are you playing at? I know of the Inara family. What does this have to do with them and me?
Well, Mr. Chertel here has made it abundantly clear to me that the Inara family has been quite the inhibition on him and the business in which he owns, causing him to be unable to pay a living wage to his workers, and as a consequence of this, the whole town has been suffering. I'm sure you have noticed. What I would like to know is whether or not that same bearing weight has been pressed upon you and your logging company as well, causing a similar result. If so, we have something that we must speak to you about.
He looks at Rab. So that's what you're blaming all of your poor choices on, old man. You're blaming this on the Inaras. Well, Osif, I don't know what to say. I'm in debt to them. And we all know how they... Well... we Rab just sort of shuts down at this point. Osif looks back at you. The Inara family has been a bit of a thorn in my side. Not to the side of my company, but to the side of me as the mayor of this town since I was elected. They have been very adamant that they would like to increase their holdings within Atari, if you will.
Hmm. Um. I'm not sure how to respond to that information. But surely you have noticed the abject poverty that has been Jesus. Surely you have noticed the abject poverty that it has been instilled on the people of the town in which you govern as a result
Abject
of the.
poverty. You see abject poverty. I see people who are thriving despite the Inara's increased import fees.
Motherfucker, do you see how expensive rope costs?
Yes, I do. And it is a small price to pay for the health and safety of our town.
Safety of your town. That's ridiculous.
What
That's
is your proposal that you have come to me with?
We believe that we have a plan to end the inhibitions that the Inaris have caused upon this town for once and for all.
How would you go about doing this?
We cannot tell you unless you are willing to participate.
I will not make any commitments to participation without knowing what I am participating in. If you wish to have me on board, I am no lover of the Inara family, and I would very much appreciate if they would get out of my town. However, I need to know what exactly it is that you are trying to drag me into.
Oh, we're not attempting to drag you into anything. We're simply trying to relieve the citizens of this town of a large weight upon their shoulders.
But you
However,
want me to be involved in your execution of this
if you
goal.
would let me finish my sentence, then I would explain to you that yes, I will be happy to enter inform you of the plans that we have formulated.
Then please, go on.
Okay, then I put an asterisk there, which insert explanation of plan because I don't want to explain it again.
So you want to bring the full force of the Inara family on our town?
Not at all.
That is exactly what you just said to me.
No, we wish to lure them here so that the people of this town may liberate themselves from the Inari family's rulings.
The Inara family do not rule.
Effectively, they do.
Choose your words wisely, Mr. Rattington.
Well, as I said before, they control all the imports of this town, do they not?
No, they do
If they
not.
can, what are you talking about?
They do not control all of the imports.
Okay, but they control the vast majority of they control a large swath of the imports.
They do control a good amount of the imports, yes. From
So what
Absalom
happens?
specifically.
I'm so confused as to where
We
you're going
get
with this.
we get shipments from many places beyond and besides Absalom. It is a bulk of our commerce, yes,
Yes,
but
exactly. And
far
see
from
what's.
all.
Oh my God. This guy likes interrupting. Uh, okay. And yet see what the debt that they have imposed upon this town has done to the prices of the most basic necessities, to the wages seen in this town. See what has been done see what has been done by this large chunk of importer. What were to happen if this town were to, due to its uh suffocating sanctioning by the Inari family, be unable to pay its debts? What would happen to the prices of its basic necessities of this town? What would happen to to whatever is left of the wages of the citizens? There would be whatever commerce would remain here would be less than livable. You would see a large exodus of your town. You would see a large exodus of this entire region. You would see, if what you see before you is thriving, then I assure you it would not last much longer. It would fall into abject poverty if it has not already.
Make a diplomacy check.
Oh my fucking God. The 16. Jesus Christ, I'm lucky today. That's a plus 16 plus 2, that's 18. Oh my God.
You have said a lot of words for so late at night, Red Man.
Yes, it's very late, I know.
I will not directly condone bringing such forces upon our town as the Anara family. However, I will not directly stand in your way. And if the Anaras do decide to come after Otari, I, as the mayor of this town, have a duty to protect said town and its people. I will not be an aggressor, but I will defend my people against
And
direct force if necessary.
and that is all we have come here to ask of you.
Then you have your request granted.
Thank you very much,
Lovely.
Mr. Mayor. It has been a pleasure.
Indeed. Now, if you will excuse me, I must go to bed. My wife has made me a glass of warm milk, and
Fuck you.
and I am very much looking forward to it. And you just hear Rab muttering behind you. I wish my wife still made me glasses of warm milk before bed.
Oh my God. I am just like Remy just boils at this interaction at this point. All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Good night. And I turn around and I walk out with a dazed look on my face and a smile, moaning the plan.
So you've left the mayor's house. Now what? Are you going to bed yet?
Yes, now I go to bed.
All right,
And
where
I
is
turn
Remy
I
going
turn
to
to
bed?
I turn to Rab and I go like, "Okay, we'll pick this up in the morning. Good night." And he goes, "Good night." And then I go over to Rin's place and I go, Rin, we got some shit to do.
Okay, I am. Remy, it is very late at night.
I know, that's what in the morning. In the morning. We're doing shit in the morning.
Okay, alright. Go to sleep, please. Clearly you need it. I have
Yes.
some spare space on my floor in my living room.
Thank.
And that is where we're going to end this.
Yes,
I'm
that's
gonna
where we're
say
gonna
that
end this.
I'm gonna say that Dolmis went back home himself as well. That's where we're gonna end this. Remy, how are you feeling?
I feel spectacular.
Excellent.
Actually, I think my feelings can be summed up in 2 words.
Yeah.
The plan